Hey everyone, and welcome to the Learning Ladder. Today I thought it'd be fun to share with you some of our favourite morning time basket books. So the first collection I'm going to show you are the ones that we've really enjoyed this year. The next one's going to be one that we're going to be using for the rest of the year, and then I've got a pile of books that we've used in previous years just to give you some variety. One of our favourites has been a book of mysteries, the Big Book of Mysteries. So this is over 100 real life mysteries, and she has absolutely loved it. I have too. We've been riveted. It's been amazing. So it's table of contents wise. So we've got disappearing people, UFOs, natural phenomena, undiscovered creatures, hoaxes, disappearing places, spirits and ghosts, mind over matter, unexplained objects, and intelligent ancestors. And honest God, this book has been so fun. I've learned so much as well as she has. We've really enjoyed it. So basically we just read a page a day. So this was one of the first books that we've read, which we have absolutely loved. So definitely recommend this one. She actually read this one before we even started school. I think I got it in the summer holidays and she was begging to read it. So I said, of course, I'm not going to refuse letting her read a book. So this is DK's Weird and Wonderful Nature. I wasn't going to say you have to wait till school starts, for sure. This is beautiful, as they all are. It's got real life pictures and also illustrations. And there's so much, there's a wealth of knowledge in here. It's a really fun read. She really enjoyed it. So the table of contents. So we've got all the different species, and then we're talking about behaviour, phenomena again, and then we've got Earth. And this was another one that we definitely recommend. So we've had a number of these different types of themed books where it's, you read some facts about people every day, and we've really enjoyed this one. So this is from, is it National Geographic? No, I think that's the other one. So this is by Mike Barfield, and it is set out basically where you read the facts for that particular day. The unique thing about this one is that it has arrivals and departures, which is kind of funny. With the little egg hatching and then the skull. I don't know, that just amused me when I saw this book. But anyway, this has got some really interesting facts in here about what happened on those particular days, and yeah, we have really enjoyed that one. So this is my first time reading anything by Amy Jeffs, and we've really enjoyed it. So this is Storyline Discover the Magical Myths and Lost Legends of Britain. I also have a second version, her second of the series, which continues the story, but I think it's just got it's a different theme, which we haven't got to yet, but we've almost finished this one right at the very end. So this is our table of contents, and basically, as it says on the front, it's different magical myths and legends of the UK, and we have really enjoyed it. It's been fascinating. So many different things. So basically you have the story, I guess, or the legend, and then at the end it has the chapter. It has the history of that and event or a person, whatever the chapter was about, and explains whether or not it was likely to be fiction or fact, and it's been really interesting. Would definitely recommend this series, and I'm looking forward to us picking up the next one. As soon as we finish this one, we'll go straight into the next one, but it'll no doubt carry over to the next school year because we only read a chapter every other day or so. But we have really enjoyed this one. We love the World Full of series. I think, are they all by the same? Yeah, I think they're pretty much all by the same author. They're just illustrated by different people. So we have loved the World Full of Spooky Stories and the World Full of Winter Stories. Those are the ones we've read so far. Ironically, we've read this one first, and we started this one during Halloween, but then continued onto this one and then back onto this one. But she has really enjoyed this one. So basically, this one is split up into different continents, and then the stories from the regions. So we've got Europe, North America, Asia. There's a bit of everything in here. And it's all themed. So we've got Into the Woods, Down by the Water, Enchanted Places, Strangers at the Door, In Farm and Field, Home of the Spirits, that's where we're up to currently, Graveyard, Under the Ocean, Upon the Ocean, Under the Sea, Frozen Lands, In Castle Hall, and On a Mountain Path even. But yes, really enjoyed it. Some of the stories that can be a little bit, as the name will suggest, spooky. So age appropriate for my daughter. She was 11 at the start of the school year. She's now 12. So that's, we're fine with that. But some of them can be a little bit spooky, or not. I wouldn't necessarily say they're outright scary, but it's just some of them can, as with all these types of things, make you think. But perfectly fine for her age and up. So this is The World Full of Winter Stories. This is 50 folk tales and legends from around the world. We have several in this series which we haven't got to yet, which we'll just carry over to next year. One of them being the Shakespeare one, which we're looking forward to. So this is Birds and Beasts, Tricks and Troubles, Ice and Snow, Quests and Journeys, Spirits and Magic and Christmas. So we definitely enjoyed reading them at Christmas and throughout the rest of the year. I love the illustrations. So I think we've got Shakespeare in Nature that we're carrying on to over for next year. Next we have An Animal a Day, 365 animals to take you through the year. And gorgeous end pages in this particular book as usual. Is it by the same publisher as... I think I've got another book that's similar to this and I'm pretty sure it's by the same publisher. They're just absolutely gorgeous. So this has got obviously the months with all the different animals, and absolutely beautiful. I love these types of books because it can lead you down rabbit holes. So basically, if your child is interested in a specific animal, then they might go and do some interested learning about it, which is why I really like them. You can also use them for notebooking as well, because it does have all the information about them. So you can look at the geography of where they live, the diet, their status, height and weight, animal group, and scientific name. But yeah, we've really enjoyed this one. And this one is Everything Under the Sun, a curious question for every day of the year. And again, we have really enjoyed this one. So it's got just the month, date, and then an interesting fact. And it's not obviously animal based necessarily. There are some animal facts in there, but it's all kinds of different topics. And again, we have really enjoyed this one. So this is Collins, A Word a Day, 365 words for curious minds. Again, you have really cute end pages. You have the date and then the specific word for that day, and they're all kind of unusual as well. It's not your common words that you would see necessarily, so we have enjoyed this one. In previous years we would use like a vocabulary book like this and do my All the Words book with it. We didn't do that this year, but we will be returning to my All the Words book next year, particularly for some SAT vocabulary, well not SAT, SAT vocabulary words and things, in case we end up doing the SATs or need to. Okay, so these ones are things for the rest of the year, and possibly even carrying them over to next year. So this is Wide-Eyed. I absolutely adore their books. And this is Welcome to the Mysteryverse, a World of Unsolved Wonders. This is stunning as well. So we've got contents here. So people, puzzlers, natural niggles, cosmic conundrums, and miscellaneous mysteries. So we really enjoyed the other mystery books. I'm excited to see what we think of this one. Ah, my favourite thing. Why do whales breach themselves? That's in the natural niggles. It looks so much fun. Can't wait to start this one. Another one from Wide-Eyed, and this is An Atlas of Lost Kingdoms, Discover Mythical Lands, Lost Cities and Vanished Islands. Again, this is something that I'm going to start in the next couple of weeks, or we might carry it over to next year. This is split up into different continents. We've got Europe, Africa, Asia, North America, Central and South America, Australasia and Oceania. So cool. That's that one. This is DK Timelines of Nature. So I think, again, we'll either start it this year or we'll carry it on to next year. So it basically just shows you the timeline of pretty much everything. So let's look at our table of contents. So we start off with the Big Bang. And we've got plants and fungi, animals. It just looks like a fascinating book. I'm really excited to dig into this. We'll probably end up, I imagine, for next year. We might just start it. And then I got this to go with it, which is the Nature Timeline sticker book, which we can use once you start using it. I mean, it kind of goes in a way, but even if it doesn't, we can still utilize it in our own way. And all the stickers are at the back. because you're never too old for stickers. Okay, this is artists inspiring stories of their lives and works. This is another DK one. Again, I think we'll probably end up carrying this over to next year. So it's before 1800s, 18 to 1900, and then after 1900. So it looks like inside. I think we're going to really enjoy that one as well. A World of Dogs, a celebration of fascinating facts and amazing real-life stories for dog lovers. And this has got our chapters. I'm really excited for us to read this one as well. We have read some of this, but not all of it. It's a history of the world according to cats. This, again, is something that is really good. I would recommend this one too. It's funny, interesting, but obviously it's educational, but also funny. So lots of information in that one. DK Supernatural Creatures, mythical and sacred creatures from around the world. So we've got our gods and creatures, spirits and demons, magical beings, flesh eaters and blood drinkers. In the skies, beneath the waves, amazing hybrids, shape-shifting and tricksters and colossal creatures. And we're really looking forward to starting this one with her. She has already had a look at it, this one, and she's excited too. We're also planning to use some of this for art as well. We've just recently started this one, but we are really enjoying it. So this is by Sarah Albee. So this is Pooh, A History of the World from the Bottom Up. And this is absolutely fascinating so far. And we've been really, really enjoying it. I love all the illustrations throughout. So here's our table of contents. And a look inside. So we've got real life pictures as well as illustrations and then fun graphics throughout. I love how the toilet paper is on the end of the chapters. It's funny. But yeah, so we are really enjoying this. So it's part science, part history. And this is something in our morning basket. Okay, so now we'll move on to some things that we've used in previous years that we've really enjoyed and would recommend. So this is National Geographic Kids Animals Would You Rather. This is such a fun thing to do, just as a warm-up. So basically each page has 4 different categories. So would you rather questions with different scenarios. And she really, really enjoyed this one. I actually did bring it out again for us to use again this year because I think it was like 2 years ago we used it. And obviously as you get older you appreciate things in different ways. So yeah, would definitely recommend that one. She's really enjoyed it. This is the Book of the Dog, and it has art and then some information about the painting throughout. We have really enjoyed this one. I wanted to get a cat one, but I couldn't find one from the same author. They were from different authors, obviously. But yeah, it's been a really good book. Would definitely recommend this one. She still loves jokes. She went for a stage where she'd always want to tell jokes, and she still really enjoys making up her own, and she's actually really good at it. She really always makes me laugh. But yes, a joke book, something just light-hearted to start the day. So this is from National Geographic Kids, 300 hilarious jokes, tricky tongue twisters and ridiculous riddles. This is one of the Fact for Every Day of the Year books that we've used in the past. This is National Geographic Kids. We enjoyed this one. Again, it had the date and then some information. So this is vocabulary cartoons. Kids learn a word a minute and never forget it. So we've used this previously. I think we used it prior to starting Mrs. Wordsmith, which is another one that I would recommend. Actually, I'll get that in a minute to show you. But basically, it has the word and then some information or a rhyme or a way for them to help remember. And then there is, at the end, some chapter review. So I'm going to get there's a SAT version of this one. So that's the one I'm going to get for next year. but I'm going to get Mrs. Wordsworth now. I'll show you that actually, if I can find it. So there are 2 volumes to this one, as last time I've checked anyway. I'm not sure if she's brought any more out. But basically it has a picture, it has the word, it has what part of speech it is, some information about it, and then on the opposite side of the page it has the word pairs, synonyms, how often it's used, and then if you wanted to use it as a story prompt, and then some literature where it appears. So we use this with my All the Words vocabulary book, and basically she would draw the picture, write its definition, tell a joke with it, use it in a sentence, all those kinds of things. She loved it, and it's been something we've missed this year, so I'm definitely bringing it back, but probably to use with the vocabulary cartoons SATs, or I might use a different book yet. I haven't really had a chance to look properly yet, but yes, we have really enjoyed this for vocabulary. Okay, so we've got On This Day, A History of the World in 366 Days. This is a DK book as well. I definitely enjoyed that one too. So this is Fearless Felines, 32 Tales of Courageous Cats. We use them in our morning basket, and we also use them as part of a notebooking exercise where she kind of like do newspaper articles for different hero dogs, cats and everything else. But we really enjoyed this one. And this is the Tales of Amazing Animal Heroes. And Rebel Animals at Risk, Stories of Survival. I love the end pages. So table of contents wise, it looks like different continents and all the animals. But yes, we really enjoyed all those types of books, and you can use them not just as morning time as a read aloud, or they read to you. You can also use them for notebooking and different interest-led learning. So National Geographic Why, 1111 Answers to Everything. It's another great conversation starter, as well as again a whole rabbit hole thing. So Your Planet, Our Planet, Your Body even, Our Planet, the Universe, History, Technology, Animals and Pop Culture. So this is the Two Truths and a Lie series. This is the History and Mysteries one. So basically they get some information they have to read through, or you read it with them, depending on their age. And then at the end they have to decide whether or not the person was telling the truth. So it's a really interesting way to present the information. There are several different themed books, but we definitely have enjoyed this one. The Histories and Mysteries. Okay, this is Wildlife's 50 Extraordinary Animals That Made History. The cover is completely half on, half off. It got damaged when we moved. But book is fine. So rescue and protect, adventure and explore, change and solve, discover and pioneer, inspire and influence. So it has all the information about the particular animal and what they did. Some of these made me want to cry. Really, they are just so heartwarming and inspirational. We really enjoyed that one. Again, this is the World Full series. So this is the Animal Stories, 50 Folk Tales and Legends. Again, gorgeous end pages on this one. I just love this series. She does too. In this one, we have got sorted by continent again, and a different story for each one. Definitely recommend this series. Okay, and then finally, Tiger, Tiger, Burning Bright, an animal poem for every day of the year. Again, this is a book we've had for several years now, and we'll periodically go back to it. Basically, set out by the month, and then you have the poems. So that's some of our morning basket books that we're currently using, are going to use, and have used in the past. I hope that gave you some ideas if you're looking to create a morning basket with some books that you can dip in and out of, and that you can expand on and have fun with. So I hope that gives you some ideas. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. See you soon.